It may be a store that's open 24/7, but even LL Bean waits a couple of weeks after Halloween to really start celebrating the holidays. Tonight is the beginning of the company's Northern Lights event. They've just lit the giant tree in Discovery Park outside of the flagship store in Freeport with the help of our own Samantha York and Zach Blanchard. There's an outdoor skating rink in the park as well. Northern Lights events are scheduled from now right through the holidays, including New Year's Eve. And it's appropriately cold tonight for that, I think.
Festively cold. You know, of all the things that happened during the pandemic that were jarring, LL Bean locking its doors. Remember that?
Yeah, you knew stuff was serious then.
Yeah, they're closing down for a while. Wild. Yeah. It's chilly. That's really the story, Pat, into the weekend, too. So if you didn't mind today, then you won't mind the weekend. We've got a couple of snow flurries out there right now. Much like yesterday, they're very isolated in nature and relatively light, and they're tending to die out over the last hour or two as they move off to the east. Current temperatures, 30s, 20s already in Wisconsin. Cool there. It's going to be in the 20s obviously consistently tonight. Teens, mountains, single digits up towards Caribou. We could get down to 8-9 degrees by early tomorrow morning. Part of that having to do with the snow cover that's there and not in other places. So again, if you liked today, then you'll like tomorrow. If anything, tomorrow looks a little bit sunnier. Temperatures, though, don't budge. We're still in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. Remember, this time of the year, the sun angle has very little impact on the temperature profile. So it feels nicer, but it doesn't really change anything. As we head into Sunday, more clouds around. We've got a storm that's offshore. It never really got its act together, which is good. There were a couple of computer model runs where it turned into a big storm. That's not the case now, but there's a little moisture out there. So a snow shower or even a snow squall, I think, along the coastline is possible on Sunday. So just be aware of that. But that's it. The rest of the day is a mixture of sun and clouds. And again, in the upper 30s. Stop me if you've heard that before. Overall pattern, jet stream troughed out deep all the way down into northern Florida. And so that's going to keep us below average. Even as the jet stream tries to lift into mid next week, it only really gets us into the 40s. And all the while, the storm track is nearby. It's threatening, right? And nothing connects next 5-6 days. But as we've talked about, maybe something after Thanksgiving is lurking out there. And I realize it's super long range, but it's also the only thing going here. And there's still a chance for that storm next Friday into Friday night. Lows right there. Pretty decent signal, but it's 7 days. Take a look at this. You've heard all about this. Snow, Buffalo, and just to the south. The band's still setting up. Taking a look at one of the snowfall reports out of that area. 54 inches of snow, and that's as of 4 o'clock. Snow appears to be picking up again. It's going to be a long night there. That's the kind of snow you cannot keep up with that no matter what. Just absolutely wild. So to give you perspective, by the way, on that, 3 or 4 inch snowfall rates they're having consistently, that's about as hard as it ever snows here. And if it does it, it's for an hour. It's not for days on end. So feel lucky in that way. Quiet for travel next week all the way through Thanksgiving, although it looks chilly on Thanksgiving. And then we'll see what happens on Friday. That obviously would be impactful if it hit because a lot of people travel back the other way on that day, but we've got time to work that out.
This is just the Great Lakes reminding people why they're great.
Yeah,
you know, the ocean's
the best lakes. Really.
Yeah, the ocean has it, but we got it going on.
Yeah. It's I mean, the snow totals there, they're going to be obviously over 60 inches.
That's wild. Thanks, Keith.